What's up, fish heads? Tony Baber here. Welcome to 2021. I filmed this in November of last year in preparation for the upcoming season. Just a quick little walkthrough of the outside of my boat and some of the stuff that I've installed on it and some of the upgrades and things that I've done to try to improve the performance and kind of the overall functionality of my boat for tournament fishing and really just when I'm out there fun fishing as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, maybe get a few ideas and pick up some things that maybe you could add to your boat. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so I want to get started up here at the front of the boat. So as many of you know, I picked up a sponsorship from TH Marine this past year, and it's going to continue on to the next season. Now, the thing that I love about TH Marine is they've got everything you could ever want or need for a boat in terms of accessories and things to help out your experience while you're out there on the water. As their saying goes, we got you from trolling motor to transom. So I'm going to go through all those little things that I've added to my boat to kind of enhance some of the stability and some of the efficiency and things of some of the stuff on my boat and maybe give you guys some ideas. So up here at the front, I've got the TH Marine Prop Nut, the Eliminator Prop Nut. So as you can see, it's got a little bit of use on it, but the thing that's great about this is that it helps your motor be more efficient while you're out there on the water, as well as kind of cut down on some of the noise that you cause. So if you're like me and you like to fish shallow and stuff, something like this can cause a huge advantage and help you out a lot in terms of just being more stealthy when you're fishing that shallow water. Now, the next thing that I want to kind of go over with you is the Troll Perfect. So this is something that I added on this past season during the off season. And if you're like me and you fish some of these bigger lakes and the bigger water and things like that, like Lake Cumberland, or if you're up on the Great Lakes or Dale Hollow, or even some of the more open lakes like Kentucky Lake when it's blowing the right way, you know that them waves can get pretty big and be a little bit uncomfortable, so to speak, when you're up there trying to run the trolling motor. Now, the great thing about this is it adds a little bit of extra tension to your shaft, and it helps you keep better control of that trolling motor when the motor is running in and out of the water from the waves and things like that. And it just makes it more comfortable and easier to run, so you're not throwing yourself all over the boat. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is the Troll Tamer. This is something that I put on here not only for when I'm out there on the water and I'm running them rougher water, but also when I'm toting my boat and traveling with it as well. It gives me a little bit of added security because it adds in basically an extra lock mechanism to keep your trolling motor tied down so that you can't get it up and out of that seated position. And it's real simple to cut loose. You just kick on that with your foot, and then you pull up on your trolling motor handle and it'll pop right up and sit right back down in the water as you need it to. And it's real easy deployment. Never had a problem with it. It works great. It's just a nice peace of mind to have while you're out there on the water, especially on the choppier days or when you're toting your boat down the highway, running down, traveling miles and miles and miles. So the last thing I want to kind of cover, the last two things I guess I wanted to cover on my trolling motor is, of course, the TH Marine handle, the G-Force handle. It's something that came with the boat when I bought it. I bought this boat used, in case you're not sure or you didn't know. It's a 1992 Stratus. It is a 295 PD, so it's roughly just over 19 feet long. It's a little bit of an older boat, but it has served me really well in the past 2 years as far as just really teaching myself and learning how to fish from a boat, but also control a boat, and then also getting ready to compete in a boat as well. So the last thing I wanted to show you is the Troll Jacket, which is something that's a little bit newer that TH Marine came out with. And this is a great thing if you have like a lot of cables, if you're running, like maybe a Mega 360, or you got like fish finders up on the front deck and you got transducer cables coming down your trolling motor and things like that. It's great for helping to manage those cables. But also for me, having an older trolling motor, it's great because it helps protect those wires in there. So part of the bad part of having an older thing is, of course, stuff break down over time and stuff like that. So the vinyl jacket that's on the wiring for this is starting to get a little bit brittle just from sitting out in the sun and exposure and things like that. But this trolling jacket has helped protect those cables, so I don't have to worry about cutting them or coming, dislodged from the motor itself. It just gives me an added layer of protection and UV protection as well for those pieces. So some of the other stuff that I've had to kind of put on the boat just to make it more comfortable and things like that is the recessed trolling motor tray. If you don't have one of these on your boat and you have an older boat, I think most of the newer ones kind of come standard with it. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting something like this. It's so great because I got somewhere to store my tools if I want, my coffee in the morning when I'm out there fun fishing and stuff, but it also gives it just that recess so that you're more level with your feet on the surface of your deck, and it just makes it a lot more comfortable and even a lot safer too, because you don't have to worry about being off balance. So not only is it helping your knees and your hip and your back and stuff because you're sitting more level with the floor and stuff while you're controlling the trolling motor, but also it makes it safer because you have more stability because both feet are closer to contact and you're not kind of off balance and stuff like that. Now, of course, leading into and kind of continuing with the theme of the older boat and stuff like that is the locks that were originally on my boat did not work. I didn't have a key for them. Some of them were even seized up and they didn't work. So this last off season, I went through and courtesy of TH Marine got some new locking latches and put them on there, and they work beautifully. So I have a little bit of comfort, a little bit of safety and security on the tackle and stuff that I'm storing in my rod lockers, but also they work better, so I can worry, you know, make sure that those are latched down good when I'm running and stuff. I don't have to worry about them popping up or anything like that, or even traveling as well. So continuing to move back here, as we move further back on the boat, this kind of brings us up to the helm of the boat. And one of the biggest things that I've had to add, or one of the biggest things that I did add to this boat, was a Humminbird 10-inch Mega Side Imaging Plus and down imaging fish finder. I bought the Lake Master chips for the Great Lakes and also the Southeast because that's where I do most of my fishing. So it covers all those areas that I need with high detail mapping and contours and things like that. But the advantage of it is having a unit like this is just great because I can see the fish down there. The imaging on it is just indescribable unless you see it for yourself. It was a real simple install. Basically just had to get me a ram mount, put it on here. The boat already had this nice little reinforced kind of base for it down here from the previous owner who had another unit on there. So that's been a huge addition and a huge help as far as being out there on the water, not only to make myself better, but also to learn it and kind of keep up with the technologies and stuff like that. The last thing that I want to show you around here is, of course, the hot foot. Highly, highly, highly recommend in terms of safety, control, everything you could really kind of throw in there as far as control of a boat and speed and things like that, and being able to react quickly and keep both hands on the wheel at all times while you're running those waves and you're running out there on the lake. It's something that just gives me a big peace of mind, and I know that I'm comfortable and I'm safe because I can keep both hands on the wheel, so I don't have to worry about like a rogue wave catching me off guard or anything and trying to control the throttle with my other hand or anything like that. It gives me instant control. I've never had a problem with it in terms of not functioning correctly or not reacting quickly or anything like that. Even on an older motor like this, it's worked flawlessly, and it's just, I don't think I'll ever own a boat and not have something like that on there. Again, it's something that TH Marine does provide. They have newer ones now that have like a sliding table on them or a sliding base that you can actually adjust it for the different heights or different comfort levels for yourself. Maybe some days you want to have it closer just because of rougher water or something like that. So it's kind of an added feature that they've put in there, which is a nice kind of addition to everything. And as we move back further to the back of the boat, we'll come up to the Yellowtech 52-inch power stick. So this is something that enables me to capture some of that footage that you guys see in the videos that I make. It enables me to kind of capture footage and never have to worry about losing power on my camera. I can run it at all times as long as I have a memory card big enough to hold the footage. I can run that camera at all times and capture all my footage while I'm out there fishing a tournament or fun fishing, or if I'm trying to do some instructional videos or anything and need to provide some different angles. This is the piece for me. It's one of the best investments I've made as far as shooting videos and being able to provide content for you guys. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's super simple. It just plugs right into your navigation light. Depending on the style that you have, they have different kind of adjustments that you can do for it. This one just locks in with the lid on it so that I can run at full speed. I don't have to worry about it ever falling out or anything like that. It's got a grip on it, so if you want to use it even as like a free floating tool, kind of like what I'm doing now with the pole that I have, you know, being able to shoot like that selfie shot and shoot some of that stuff, it get, you know, has that grip on there for that. It does extend out real simple. It's just these pull tabs here, push it up and then lock it into place. And that's all there is to it. It's real simple to use, and it gives you just a nice real perspective. I think you've seen a lot of people shooting with these things nowadays just because the ability to have constant power is so nice. And they have adapters that you can buy for them, and you can actually hook your cell phones up on here if you want to shoot video or anything like that with your cell phone. You can do that. It's got 2 ports on here, so you can provide power for it constantly. I do have the cables that Yellowtech provides to be able to plug into my GoPro. It has multiple adapters, so you can plug in just about anything that you might have as far as cameras or anything like that. Moving to the back here, really nothing that I've added on here. This boat does have a manual jack plate on here. It's pretty well set. I've never had an issue with it. Able to get maximum speed out of my boat. It's a great addition. If you're looking for something like this, I highly recommend the Atlas hydraulic jack plate, which TH Marine supplies. It gives you the ability to control it at your steering wheel. There's a little lever that you can use there, or you can use foot pedals for it, just to be able to move your motor up and down, so that if you're in those skinnier water situations and things like that, you need to maintain good control of your boat without hitting the ground. You can do that on the fly. That's kind of the advantage over something like this where it's a manual adjustment. These are great because you can get better speed out of your boat by setting them, but again, it's not something that you can set easily while you're out there on the water. It's just basically impossible. And that's pretty much the whole thing. So I've done a lot of work to it as far as kind of adding some accessories. I hope this gives you guys some ideas and some things that maybe you'll add onto your boat. Like I said, all this stuff has been a huge help to me while I'm out there on the water. Everything from the trolling motor stuff, and that's probably where I've put most of my time and effort in, is the trolling motor accessories and stuff like that, because TH Marine offers so many great products for it. It's just, it never, you know, you can always find something else that you can add to it that just helps your experience while you're out there on the water. So hopefully you guys got some good ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video and walking through my boat as we get ready for the 2021 season. I have some new exciting announcements coming up soon with some sponsorships and things going forward for the next season. Look forward to putting that stuff out for you. In the meantime, good luck, good fishing, keep grinding out there. I know it's really tough this time of year, but if you keep working at it, I guarantee you'll be able to find some fish. Have a good day, guys.